Hello everyone, I am Branson Nelson with Front of the Grid, here to catch you up on some big-time driver and team news that recently dropped just about a week ago. Longtime Formula One driver, 35-year-old Nico Hulkenberg, will join new teammate Kevin Magnussen driving for Haas Racing, as Hulkenberg will replace fellow German Mick Schumacher after this news came out last week. Nico has started 181 races in his career across the last 13 years, making his first entry at the 2010 Bahrain Grand Prix while racing for Williams. After a year at Williams, Hulkenberg moved on to Force India, where he would remain from 2011 through 2016. He did have a one-year stint in the middle there with Sauber in 2013. After his second stay with Force India, he had a lot of success, so he joined kind of an even better team when he joined Renault as a full-time driver from 2017 to 2019. He has spent the last 3 years, though, after some success with them, with Racing Point for a year and Aston Martin on their reserve teams, making a handful of starts in place of Sebastian Vettel, Sergio Perez, and Lance Stroll, most of those for COVID-19 issues. Despite the ample race experience, Hulkenberg has never had a podium finish, much less a win. Of course, a lot of that has to do with the quality of the cars and the teams that he's been on, and the quality of the cars he has driven compared to those of his top flight competitors. That said, he has racked up 521 total points with consistent experience racing in the top half of the field. Nico showed great consistency when racing for the two best teams he's been on, Force India for those 3 years, and then the Renault stint for the 3 years following that. Each year from 2014 to 2018 across both of those teams, he finished in the top 10 in the Drivers' Championship, as high as 7th in 2018 when he was considered the best of the rest. And he was a top competitor and contributor to several top 5 finishes for his racing teams in the Constructors' Championship. When you look at Haas's history since their entrance in Formula One in 2016, there are a lot of similarities between what the team has done and what Nico Hulkenberg has done. The team has never won or even podiumed at a race, and they have consistently finished near the bottom of the Constructors' Championship, though the 22 season really started to show some signs of life, especially considering Haas had some financial trouble in 2021. They had their first double point finish in 3 years at the British Grand Prix last year, a feat they repeated the next week in Austria, which was fantastic for that team. And then in one of the final races of the season, just about a month ago, Kevin Magnussen achieved pole position in Sao Paulo, which was the first pole position in Haas's history. So we're starting to see some things head in the right direction in terms of the quality of their cars and the quality of their drivers. So with all that said, let's get down to what we think of this move. Personally, I think this move makes a lot of sense for both sides and could line Haas up to continue being a competitive team in the middle of the field of the constructors' standings. I think that is a reasonable expectation for what they can do going forward. They're a team that had some of its best finishes ever last season, and that was with one rookie driver who had his own struggles. And so they will now benefit by having somebody very experienced behind the wheel alongside Magnussen. The deal continues a shift in strategy for Haas, as just 2 years ago. Both of Haas's drivers were rookies, and it was clear they were kind of looking to usher in some new drivers. But next season, they will now have over 320 combined Grand Prix starts between their two drivers, Nico and Kevin. And so I'm really excited to see how this plays out once we get through this offseason and into the 2023 season. So thank you guys all for watching, and please subscribe for more awesome Formula One content.